Daily life. The Egyptians were ruled by a pharaoh, a god king who was both a religious and a political leader. The pharaoh had palaces throughout ancient Egypt and was attended to by many servants. Skilled workers and farmers, however, lived in villages and small towns scattered along the Nile River. Daily life was vastly different for the royalty and common people. The majority of Egyptians were poor farmers. They toiled on lands owned by the pharaoh near the Nile River. The flooding waters of the river covered the farmland and left a layer of fertile black mud. The farmers then planted seeds in the mud and harvested the crops. They used their crops to pay their taxes. Crops supported Egyptian life. The Egyptian palaces were a hive of activity. A number of advisors and officials worked inside the palaces. There were lawyers, priests, and scribes who wrote down important information. The highest-ranking official was the vizier. The vizier was a special advisor to the pharaoh and carried out his orders.
Ancient Egyptian limestone statues of Ramses II.
Arts. Skilled workers used simple tools made of stone, bronze, and copper to create dazzling art. These artists crafted gold rings, pendants, and sparkling necklaces made of glass. They also created ornate glass jars. Sculptors shaped pots by hand or on a potter's wheel, then rubbed pebbles against the pot to make it shine. Artists also painted nature scenes on tiles. They used the tiles to decorate floors in the pharaoh's palaces. Many of the best artists worked for the pharaoh. Sculptors used wooden hammers and bronze chisels to carve reliefs on temple walls. These reliefs showed images of Egyptian gods or scenes from everyday life. Many artists painted pottery and funeral masks in rich colors. These painted items would sometimes be placed in tombs. The Egyptians believed the dead would enjoy art even in the afterlife. Archaeologists and historians continue to make new discoveries about ancient Egypt. Most recently, the ruins of a city known as Heraklion were discovered 30 feet under the surface of the Mediterranean Sea near Alexandria. Again, the artifacts found were well preserved. As Sir Barry Cunliffe, an archaeologist, said, "The archaeological evidence is simply overwhelming. By lying untouched and protected by sand on the sea floor for centuries, they are brilliantly preserved."
Cats were esteemed animals in ancient Egypt. They were the subject of many paintings and sculptures.